Have you ever said something out loud you instantly regretted? Now imagine saying it to the one person you never should have. This is the story of Maya, a quiet intern with big dreams, a tight dress, and one sharp comment that accidentally landed her in the spotlight. But instead of ruin, she found something else entirely: kindness. And it all unfolded in a way she could have never predicted. Welcome to Whispers of Kindness, where small acts become big turning points. Every week, we share powerful real-life stories that prove a gentle word, a brave truth, or an unexpected encounter can change everything. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and stay until the end for a life-changing reflection. Maya was one of those interns who always stayed in the background. A recent graduate with honors in business communication, she had fought hard to land this internship at one of the top firms in the city. She lived in a tiny studio apartment, made instant noodles for dinner, and commuted 90 minutes every morning in heels that were slightly too tight. But none of it mattered, because she had a shot. From day one, she noticed the invisible lines. Executives took one elevator, everyone else took another. Meeting rooms were booked in hierarchies. Conversations in the cafeteria stopped when someone from upper management walked in. Despite being told, "We're all family here," Maya felt like an outsider crashing a party she wasn't invited to. She was assigned to the marketing team, where her main job was to proofread decks and take notes no one read. The senior manager, Karen, barely acknowledged her existence unless something was wrong. Maya began to doubt herself, her skills, her worth, her voice. She had so many ideas, yet no one ever asked. The only solace came during lunch breaks, when she would find a quiet corner on the rooftop garden and journal her thoughts. She often wondered, did anyone at the top even know what it felt like to be down here? When the annual gala was announced, Maya assumed she wouldn't be invited. To her surprise, she received an email: "Formal attire required. You've been assigned to table 1. Thinking it was a clerical error, she asked HR, but they simply smiled and said, "It's intentional." She spent her last paycheck on a borrowed designer gown and managed to style her hair into a neat bun. Her nerves were a wreck. All she wanted was to blend in, survive the evening, and avoid awkward small talk. As she entered the grand ballroom, glittering under chandeliers and filled with the hum of laughter, she spotted her table, right at the front. Table 1. She hesitated. Executives, directors, and sharply dressed strangers surrounded it. But no one stopped her, so she took her seat. The man next to her smiled politely. "First gala?" he asked. "Yes," she said, trying not to sound too nervous. "I'm Daniel." "Maya," she replied, avoiding eye contact. He didn't offer his title. That relaxed her. They began to talk. It started with harmless topics: food, music, the decor. But slowly, it turned deeper. He asked what she thought of the company. She chuckled nervously. "Honestly? It's been tough. People are cold. There's a real gap between leadership and the rest of us. Especially the CEO. I doubt he knows we even exist." Instead of being offended, Daniel leaned in, genuinely interested. "What would you do if you were him?" She laughed, a little bolder now. "Walk around. Say hi. Ask questions. Make us feel like we matter." He nodded thoughtfully. Sounds simple. But powerful. As the host took the stage to begin the formal introductions, the room quieted. Maya reached for her drink, and that's when the MC announced, "Please welcome our visionary leader, Mr. Daniel Hartley." The man beside her stood up and walked to the stage. Maya froze. Her heart raced. Her breath caught. She had just criticized the CEO. To his face. She wanted to disappear. Her cheeks burned. Her hands shook. But before she could slip away, Daniel returned from the stage and leaned toward her. "Thank you," he whispered. "F for what?" she stammered. For your honesty. I needed to hear it. He didn't mock her. He didn't dismiss her. He listened. Truly listened. The next day, whispers traveled through the office like wildfire. The CEO had shown up unannounced in the intern room. Not with a speech, but with coffee and muffins. He spent hours there, talking one-on-one with each intern, including Maya. He remembered her name. Her ideas. Her courage. Weeks later, Maya was called into a meeting with the executive board. She was terrified. To her surprise, Daniel was there. He had reviewed one of her proposals, an internal communications platform to bridge gaps between leadership and staff, and wanted to implement it company-wide. You said we needed to listen more, he told her. Let's start with this. Maya was promoted to project lead. Over the next year, she transformed the company's internal culture. Monthly lunch with leaders was her brainchild. Anonymous suggestion boxes, mentorship weeks, feedback days, they all started with Maya. She wasn't just heard. She was celebrated. And the CEO? He kept listening. What would happen if you spoke your truth with kindness today? Would someone listen? Would something change? If Maya had stayed silent, nothing would have shifted. But her honesty, wrapped in grace, sparked a movement. Backhand index pointing right. Share this story with someone who feels unseen. Backhand index pointing right. Comment below, when was the last time someone surprised you with unexpected kindness? Backhand index pointing right. And don't forget to follow Whispers of Kindness for more real stories that warm the soul. It wasn't a speech that changed the company. It wasn't a strategy deck or a new policy. It was a quiet girl in a green dress, who spoke a simple truth to the one person who needed to hear it. Because sometimes, the most powerful whispers are the kindest ones.